What's up, YouTube? It's Credit Guy Frank here coming to you today with yet again another video. All right, y'all already know how I do it. I get straight to it, but like always, man, like, comment, subscribe, and definitely send this video or send these videos to anybody that you know for a fact that I can help. All right, let's go ahead and do this together. Share this content, man, and always remember, whoever is in my comments the most, giving me different ideas, different videos that I should be making, things like that. Not necessarily compliments, really doesn't matter to me what you say, but anybody that I see that's just engaging in this channel the most will be the winner of my weekly giveaway, which I'll be giving away one of my packages, doesn't matter which one it is, and also I'll be giving away $100 via Bitcoin, okay? Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get to it. So I want to talk to you guys today about the 5 things that you should avoid doing when you cleaning your credit. All right, and these 5 things, if you avoid these, would definitely allow you to expedite the process, because the credit bureaus has a lot of different tactical ways where they're trying to get back at you for even trying to take control over your life and your credit report and things like that. The average human being don't care. They're just gonna let them do whatever. So by you even attempting to do it, that shows that you're extraordinary, and that's definitely needed to make sure that you get whatever it is that you need to get off of your credit. All right, it takes knowledge, but it also takes dedication as well. You can't have the knowledge without the dedication. You can have the dedication, but you ain't going nowhere without the knowledge. You feel me? So always understand that I'm here to inform you, but I'm also here to transform you, okay? I'm not here to only inform you, I'm here to transform you. That's what I usually say. So let's just get to it. So the first thing that you should make sure that you do is suppress the secondary bureaus. Okay, so who they are is, it's about 5 to 8 different companies now that are extremely big that the credit bureaus go to actually get the information to communicate with whatever company it is that you're disputing. All right, if you'll notice, the credit bureaus will often go to that company once you dispute directly to them. That's why it doesn't matter if you reach the actual people who are holding it or the actual credit bureaus, because either way, they'll all be notified, right? So if you go to the credit bureaus, you know that you're going to notify them, and then also you're going to be notifying, or they're going to be notifying whoever your negative item is through, okay? So you want to make sure that you're suppressing the secondary bureaus. That way they cannot legally communicate, which they shouldn't have your information anyway. That's aggravated identity theft. But they should not, without your permission, have your information and furnishing it and sharing it as well. Because if you're going to share that information, you got to be sharing social security numbers. You got to be sharing a whole bunch of stuff that you did not authorize them to actually do. Okay? So that's very important. If you need that list, of course, you can always contact me. I am readily available for whoever needs help. All right. Now, the second one is not sending either Metro 2 or not sending consumer law letters. All right. You're doing yourself a disservice if you're only sending goodwill letters, or if you're talking to them and saying, hey, man, I was going through a rough patch and this happened and this happened and this happened. They do not care. They already understand that you're going to go through things. They already understand that you're going to miss a payment and have a late payment on your credit. They already understand those things. So by you telling them, they're smiling and you're playing right into their hands, okay? So they're not even going to be able to help. That's why when you call them, they act like they don't know what's going on. They're acting like they're not even trying to help you. And they know exactly what you're saying. They know exactly what you're saying. Okay, so because they know that, and because that they're doing this on purpose, intentionally, and just playing right in your face, we're going to make sure that we take all of these steps into account. That way they don't affect us or anyone that we know or love. Okay, so that was number 2. Number 3 is not communicating only through mail. All right. You don't want them to have your email, because they can send something to your email and act like they were trying to get in contact with you. You don't want them to be having your phone number, beating down your block, trying to just call, because they should be sending everything the same way you sent everything. Okay? So in your letters, you should also have, hey, we're only communicating via mail, period. No email, no phone number, anything like that. Also, sending everything certified mail is extremely important. okay? Because how are you gonna know, or how are you gonna be able to prove to anyone that you not only sent this, but they also received this, okay? And remember, first round, they only have 30 to 35 days to respond. The second round, they only have 15 days to respond. Okay? And the final round, they only have 10. It even gets to the third round. Okay? So understand the actual days and the time frame that they have depending on the letter. Okay? Because you don't want to be sending anything outside the statute of limitations of which they can actually legally not respond or do whatever it is that, you know, they want to do, which they don't want to respond. They want you to not understand what's going on. But after you do the second letter, usually, especially when they understand the time stamps, they understand how you're sending things, they understand the language, all of that together, they usually ain't gonna play with you like that. So they can be like, all right, we're gonna go ahead and back up. You know what I'm saying? But if they do not, there are other actions that you can take after that. Okay? The fourth thing was giving them too long to respond, which I just talked to you guys about. All right, understanding the time frames that they have to respond to you. You don't want to give them 30 days or 30 to 35 days, then 30 to 35 days again, and then 30 to 35 days again, right? That's too much, that's too long. After the second and the third letter, it is normal for them to act like, okay, well, we didn't know that they were gonna respond and da-da-da-da, because it's outside of the new days that they have to respond. Okay, so once it goes outside of that, then they can legally go ahead and cancel it, and then you'll have to start all over. All right, that's why it's important to actually get a professional who understands what they're doing, because yeah, you can do different things, or you can do this, or you can do that, but it's always good to have a professional who do this every single day to help you, or to actually just do it for you. All right, just make sure it's somebody that you trust, because most of you guys come to me talking about somebody who scammed you or did this or did that. So just make sure it's somebody that you trust, and also be a good client as well, okay? Don't just blame everything on other people. Once you sign up to the portal and you do all of these things, in 7 days, do not be bugging them or beating down their block about random stuff. Let them cook, all right? Now, the fifth thing is not following up to make sure it gets done. Now, what that means is I understand the actual games that the credit bureaus play, okay? I understand, I get it, they're doing this, they're doing that, but you still have to make sure that you're following up, making sure everything gets done. And the best way to do that is to, number one, make sure you're knowledgeable. All right, make sure you understand exactly what it is that you're supposed to do and what it is that they're supposed to do in order to enforce what it is that you need to get done, which is remove those negative items off of your consumer report. Okay, so you have to understand your job, and you also have to understand their job to understand how to reverse engineer these processes. I hope y'all still with me. You know what I mean? But that's very, very, very important, okay? Not following up will get you the results that you're not looking for, okay? Following up will get you the results that you are looking for. So make sure they are held accountable for the things that they need to be doing. Also, if you know that you've crossed your T's, you've dotted your I's, and you know that they're still not doing what they're supposed to do, and you sent 3 letters, even though you're supposed to send a 4th letter, contact the consumer law lawyer. Make sure that you have all of your records and you keep them so that you can go ahead and give it to the lawyer so he can work for you for free, so that you can get $1,000 per violation and then more money depending on if you missed out on any opportunities when you apply for their home after you send the 3rd round, okay? And intentionally get denied and have that denial letter, all right? And then they're affecting your mode of living, and they're affecting your family, and now you're looking at it as a deadbeat and different things like that. Make sure that that emotional distress is not gonna be done in vain, okay? Now, I just wanna hear your opinions in the comments. Let me know if there's anything that I've not mentioned that you know that help for you. Also, let me know if there's any other ideas or any other topics that you guys would like to hear or for me to make a video about, because I'm extremely, extremely knowledgeable about credit and just making money in general, okay? Because this is just what I do. That's what I like to do. I don't like to do anything else. This is my lane, all right? It's Credit Guy Frank here, coming to you today with yet another video.